Shalom, brothers and sisters. I just wanted to make this video, and I'm going to do my best to explain where I am with the stars. So, I guess I'll start with most of my life I've loved the sky. Sunsets, I love taking pictures of them and appreciating Abba's creation, and I would call him his living paintings. And the stars, of course, I would watch them for shooting stars at night, and I just remember loving the sky and thinking about it, noticing it more than most. But that was the extent of it. That was until the solar eclipse of August 2017. It was 30 days before the Revelation 12 sign, and I went through a supernatural experience, days of fasting and praying and getting downloads of understanding. This is where he showed me to keep the feast and do Sabbath, and the things that I began to practice were from this download. So, 30 days later was the Revelation 12 sign, which we all know about. But a lot of people don't know about Orion's belt lining up with the pyramids. That was 3 days before the Revelation 12 sign. And I thought to myself, that's interesting. This is the first time it's ever lined up in history as far as they know. And, I've always been taught that the pyramids were bad. So I kind of just took that as a side note and thought, well, okay, they line up. Sure, it's saying something. This is a star map. You'll find the letters of the Hebrew alphabet. To me, this is deeper than I can explain. But the key to the stars, the Hebrew time, the dimension, it looks like we're looking at the top of a pyramid. So, if you can see that deep and understand, here is all the constellations in the sky. Well, each one of them point to Messiah and speak of confirmation of the word. It's very deep understandings, and I don't even have it all grasped, but the ones that I do are very deep. Like Orion's belt of truth. And this is the pattern that Saturn and Jupiter have made. It makes a pyramid over the years in the sky, in the shape. So this stuck out to me recently. But what happened at the beginning of 2020 was I learned about Ophiuchus constellation, which I hadn't known about before. Ophiuchus is the middle, 13th. So at first I thought it was Messiah's constellation, because he was the one who was over the 12 disciples. So he would be the 13th. But then I was given understanding and shown to look at Michael, the archangel. And it shows that Michael is head over, and him standing up is significant to the end time. And there was a eruption in the constellation February 27th, 2020. And 7 days before that, I saw in a rainbow a dragon and a crown and some mountains. That's on my YouTube video. You can see it there. And it was pointing to this explosion, I believe. And it was telling me there's more going on in the stars. I knew this was beyond a doubt. The Father showing me what's happening up there. And then when I found out about December 21st, the conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter, everything lined up with the 3 days the sun stood still, the equinox, the winter solstice where people do the satanic rituals around this time. Everything was like lining up perfectly. All the planets lined up. So I knew this was more signs in the sky, like Messiah said would come near the end. In Enoch, it clearly defines the stars convert into the elect on earth. So there is an understanding. There is a deep, hidden manna truth to be learned and grasped about the stars. They are not to be worshipped, but every single one of them point to the Most High and speak of Him. And I believe they are our names written in the sky and our stories told before time for His glory and His esteem, which it talks about in the scriptures many times. Messiah, the bright and morning star rising in our hearts, the 7 stars in Revelations. Daniel, in Daniel 1, it says he was the best magician, better than all the rest, 10 times better than all the other astrologers and magicians. That means he was doing the same thing they were doing. So here we have gifts from the Most High to His glory and esteem that tell the future, tell of His coming, tell the beginning to the end, confirm it all. That is not evil in any way, shape, or form, but on the twisted side, people twist it and they want to say this is the horoscope and let me tell you your future. That is the perverted truth. But as long as you do not pervert the truth for your own gain, He will show you the truth for His glory and esteem, for His kingdom. So I hope that this clarifies some of my star posts. I am not at all worshiping the stars. I am truly just sharing what I'm seeing and acknowledging they are speaking, they are telling a story. And it speaks of Him, all of it, His glory, His esteem, His kingdom come. His will be done on earth as it is in heaven. I love you guys.